You are now listening to Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio. This is a podcast where we talk about action figures, collectibles, toys, and all that sort of stuff. My name is John Sargent.
And my name is Christian McGann.
You guys can follow along with the fun wherever they got podcasts and you're hearing our voice. Hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on Instagram at Mighty Champions. That's a great place to pick up all the visuals and things like that. We appreciate you guys being with us. We are definitely growing. We got people that are diehards in Singapore and Germany and New Zealand and all over the U.S. And we love all of you guys. If you're stopping in to hear us talk about little plastic men, that's awesome, man. We super appreciate that. We would also love it if you guys could hit the review button and just leave us a little review, help us grow. That would also be super appreciated. We have got a fire show today. We're going to take it back to the old school. It's going to be primarily vintage today as we go through my personal top 10 Kenner lines. And I am going to quiz you about ThunderCats. Did you study?
I did study.
You an expert?
I am what they call a Cliff Notes type guy. Just like I did in high school, summer school.
So we're gonna quiz Christian's knowledge of the original ThunderCats line.
Meaning, so ThunderCats line in that, we'll talk about this more when the time comes, but a ThunderCats of which I had no knowledge of other than that they exist and that they yield and wield swords. So that's about it. That's why John's going to quiz me on it.
Yeah.
So
tasked you with becoming an expert overnight, and we're going to see if you actually accomplished it.
Cool.
We're also going to go through the news and talk about all the stuff that's going on in present day and in the future with action figures and toys and collectibles and what's coming up, what you can pre-order, what you can expect out of the major companies nowadays. So, before we get into all of that, Christian, how has your week been?
Week has been good. It has gone by really, really fast, which is weird because I've been waking up at 5 a.m. every day. So what feels like an entire day has gone by is only 10 a.m. And you're just like, whoa, what do I do? So that's been interesting trying to navigate. Not a lot of napping, which is good. That was kind of what my biggest fear was do I have to nap throughout the day to kind of catch up? It's there if I need it, but I don't really want to become that habit of napping a lot, right? Because it just feels like it's almost a train that's moving at full force that has to just completely stop on the rails and then try to pick back up again. And being a personal trainer, you know better than anybody. It's like you start early in the morning and you finish late in the evening, and that's just kind of what the gig is. So trying to be mentally fresh for all of that. But been a good week. I traveled to San Antonio, Texas, over the weekend. Figured I'd talk about that.
Dude, a week is so long. I totally forgot that happened. Yeah, tell me all about that toy hunt.
Yeah, it was it was great. Told the girlfriend early in the week, I was like, hey, we need to make a trek out to San Antonio. We got to get into some toy stores. I got to pick up some new toys. I got to get out of a rhythm and just,
get out of Austin.
Get out of Austin, kind of take that mental break, do something different. A lot of, what we talked about last couple weeks has just been, it's work, it's baseball, it's podcasts, it's work, it's baseball, it's podcasts, and so it just, obviously toys feels somewhat like work, but in the best way possible.
Yeah, the best work ever.
Yeah, so it was good. We went last Saturday, and we started off. We went to a place called Buddy's Toys and Collectibles. They are a smaller store. It's kind of like when you walk in, you see the whole place. Mm-hmm. I will say this one was probably the least stoked I was when I went in there. The last couple times, it was almost like you're finding cool items, but then you're like, do I want to waste bullets here? Or should I wait and then,
It's so hard to strategize when you know you're going to go to multiple places.
Yeah, but the way I look at it and how I think I've talked about it before early on in this podcast, which is the way that I like to buy toys is looking for deals.
Yeah.
Trying to find like these little $10 options. Like I'll buy loose if it makes sense, because I want to walk away with a handful. And That's kind of what I was looking for when I went there. The last couple times that I was in there, they had gas. It was just like really expensive. Pretty on par to an extent with like eBay-ish, but it was like, come on, man, like you're not eBay, you're just like a store. So I feel like maybe just like make it more accessible.
Yeah.
And so,
how far is it from what was the like main reason you were in San Antonio? What was the other store?
Toy Hunters.
How far apart are they?
It's about with traffic probably like 13 minutes.
So this place is very much competing with them.
I would say, yeah, it definitely feels like it has its own loyal fan base.
Okay.
The 3 times that I've been in
But
there.
from like a pricing standpoint, it would be in their best interest to be like below eBay and move some stuff.
I would agree, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would always agree with that for every store.
Sure.
I feel like it's like, dude, make your stuff available to everybody.
Right.
Obviously, you don't have to get crazy, but they do have a loyal fan base. I've noticed, again, the last 2 or 3 times that we've gone in there, there's usually just a ton of people. And they have like almost people that you could tell go in there every day just to hang out and like probably not buy things. So I don't really know. But it was definitely like that. They had some pretty cool stuff. You know, obviously when I go in there, I'm looking for 2 specific things, right? If it has the, you know, Toy Biz Marvel Legends, and then if it has DC Universe Classics. So those are like guaranteed part of the collection. So I know if they have them and they have them for the right price, I'm gonna get them. If I don't have the figure and if I need it. They did have some. It was just kind of like they had Cable, which I thought Cable was really cool, but he was like $80.
The Toy Biz
Toy
Marvel
Biz, yeah. And I was like,
in box.
But I'm like, that's really expensive. That's really expensive. The only ones that I see
Is it the only Cable?
It might be the only Cable. There's like a Chase version of it too.
Oh.
But at the end of the day, I don't really know if it's that expensive. And that was the same one. The last time I went there, they had the Black Suit Spider-Man, which is like from the Spider-Man Classics line, and it was god tier. It was like $80. And I'm like, all right, but I've seen them for like $45 on eBay. So it's just one of those things where I was like, all right, I get it. But at the same time, like, I'm going to put it back because, like, I don't know, it doesn't actually make sense. I didn't even go look on eBay to see what the Cable is going for, but that just felt like it was too much. There were like parts where it was like I had to keep coming back around to where things were, because it was like, okay, this is the Marvel section, and then like looking up and then looking around the corner, and it was like, oh, I didn't even notice this. So at first it was pretty discouraging because you're kind of walking around there and you're like, well, crap, I just did an entire loop and I don't see anything that I particularly want. So to find like other little shelves and be like, oh, okay, this is like a whole different line over here. They had a pretty good selection of like vintage Batman animated series, like the new Batman Adventures. Those were pretty tempting because they had like Robin, they had Nightwing, they had, did you look it up?
The blue and yellow Cable goes for about 40 or 45 most recently.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah.
And then the like tan brown blue like X Force is like 70.
Okay. Yeah. So I think they just met in the middle for both, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the blue one is the one I would get. So
right.
But yeah,
really? You would go with the X-Men colors over the
I don't know.
X-Force?
I mean, I'm looking at your Cable right now, which I think you're probably going to talk about here in a little bit, but I'm not the biggest Cable fan, but I like him enough to put him in my collection.
Okay.
Again, like I said, there's Marvel Legends Toy Biz that I'll completely walk by and never buy. But they had some pretty cool, like I said, Batman animated series, or the new Batman Adventures with, they had like Nightwing, Robin. Those were really cool, but it was still like $30. And it was like, I'm going to try to save my bullets because it felt like, you know, the size, and I want to be able to walk away with items. And they had some loose stuff. The way they packaged the loose stuff was kind of weird because it was like 4 to 5 figures a bag. And I was like, is this supposed to be like, you're going to buy all of them or what? I don't really know what's going on here. I also had to pee really bad, which just made the whole process worse.
That is actually that has happened. Like when you travel to somewhere to go, I think I brought this up when I last went to DVT.
Yes.
You you're already trying to overcome like nerves and excitement and trying to calm your like breath and like try not to go crazy. And then if you have to pee on top of that, it's exponentially harder to do it.
Dude.
Right? Because then you feel your body rushing, right? Like that's a real thing.
No, I mean that's like the whole bit about having to like pee so bad when you're playing hide and seek. Like you're hiding and you're like, Jesus Christ, I'm about to let loose. But so that's how it felt. And I was looking through a box of DC figures. They had a bunch of Justice League animated series, like 3.75-inch toys that I was like, oh God, these are freaking sick. Because I was initially going to be like, they were like $5 each. So I was just going to be like, okay, I was going to be like, I'm going to go crazy. But I had to pee so bad that I couldn't even focus. And all the while this is happening, Samantha has been eyeballing a Crash Bandicoot statue there that has a $500 price tag on it.
And she's like seriously.
And she's been serious about it twice and just being like, oh, I want to know like if they maybe would work with me on it. And I was just like, really? Like, all right. And then I as I'm like looking through this box.
Every time you guys go hunting, you tell me something that she had her eye on. It surprises me every time.
I'm telling you, that's the power.
She is a wild card.
It is wild because I hear her asking about it and I'm like, oh God. I'm like, first of all, like that's a big ticket item, right? It's going to be there probably for the rest of eternity in that store because, you know, who's going to come in there and be like, Crash Bandicoot, I love that. I'm dropping $500 on that right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds unlikely.
It's huge. It's probably like half a torso of a full-grown man size kind of vibe. But so I hear her bring that up. He brings it off the shelf. I think they pull it out and they're looking at it.
It's like the guitar in Wayne's World. She just keeps on coming in there and asking to see it and never buying it.
It was almost, I was like, I hope this guy knows that that's kind of what she's doing. No Stairway to Heaven. She ends up asking a little bit about it, and then she ends up, I think he brings it up and he's like, I'd be willing to knock it down to $350. And then I don't know what she said, but she passed obviously and was like, okay. But then when we got on
that's a little bit of a slap in the face. Let me take $150 off of this. Like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like she was going, because she even brought it up when we got in the car a little bit later. She was like, I just feel like it's just going to sit there. So like I either give you money now and it's gone out of your shop and you have more space to put something like there, or you're just going to let it sit. Yeah. And she was like, if it was $150, I would have walked away with it. I was like, that's a massive drop off for them. But like at the end of the day, like I would have done it. I would have been like, you know what? I've had this for freaking... He even said, he was like, yeah, we've had this since the old store, which we don't know what that is.
Yeah, but that puts them in a bind, right? Because now that sets a precedent that you'll take 80% off of stuff, right? So why would you ever go in there and pay full price for anything ever again? Right? They can't be doing that.
I agree.
That would be discounting themselves. Yeah, what they should do is end of business hours, shut the door, count out the till, change the price tag on it, and then there you go, right? Yeah. But don't do it for someone.
Yeah. No, that's fair. But I ended up, again, there were a couple items. There was like a couple loose stuff that I was looking at. There was one in particular. Oh, they had a Godzilla that I was like, I found behind the counter. Thing is, it was like 5 inches tall. It was like one of the smallest ones I've seen from the 1998 movie, to be exact. $70. And I was like... Whoa. All right. So when I saw that, I was kind of just like, it was kind of all confirming just to be like,
this is not the spot.
Yeah. As soon as we got in the car, she was a little less patient that day. She was like, oh, it sucked. And I was like, it didn't suck. And she was like, no, it sucked because everything's just way overpriced there. And I was
it never sucks to go look at toys.
It doesn't, but it's discouraging when the things that you want are just kind of like, really? Yeah. It's kind of pricey. Yeah. And then, so anyway, we ended up making our way over to Toy Hunters, and this by far was the best Toy Hunters experience that I've had. If you guys want to watch a little reel that I made of it, you can follow me on Instagram or go check it out on Instagram at xlifecoachx. Yeah, dude, it was they had the most gas they've ever had there. And again, to kind of reiterate about what the store looks like, it's huge. And every square inch of the walls are covered in pretty much every toy line you can literally imagine. Like, things that you're like, this had toys? Or like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, who collects this? But somebody does. Like Nerf guns. Like, there's a whole section that I never even looked at before. It's like Nerf guns and stuff like that.
Love it.
Yeah, it's for every imagination out there. And I always start on the right side. The right side is like Ninja Turtles. There's a lot of other vintage 90s kind of movie-esque stuff. They have Power Rangers. And I look at I try to like steer my eyes to things that I'm like decently interested in because I'm just savoring the good stuff. I see the Power Rangers thing and I just crack my knuckles. I'm anticipating actually more than anything walking away with Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to the episode where I talk about Power Rangers, our second episode ever.
Really?
Yeah,
How long
I
ago?
talk Power Rangers. So I'm kind of like revving that engine a little bit because I'm thinking, okay, well, they're going to be relatively cheap. And if I can walk away with a handful of them, get fired up on some Power Rangers, I'm going to be good. Again, I'm looking for Bandai, like pre-2018 era, basically, and then any of the Lost Galaxy, Power Rangers Space, like those things. That's what I'm looking for. Immediately upon arrival, they have the Lost Galaxy,
Which is a blessing and a curse.
oh my god,
Yeah,
dude!
blessing and a curse because you know you have the rest of the store to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But it was cool though because it was like like I would set up a flag as if I was like
pin this.
Yes, it was. I was pinning it until I saw the price tags.
Uh-oh.
And they had the Lost Galaxy. They had like 2 or 3 of them they were vehicles. Like they came on the packaging was like if I could grind it up and make it into a smoothie, I would drink it. It was so good, dude. I was like, yo, this is amazing. $135.
Whoa.
And I'm like, okay, so then we got this one right here. Okay, let's check that out. $125. And I was like, okay. So then I look into
You know what? You're a Beetleborgs guy.
I know, I'm going back to Beetleborgs.
I think you're a Beetleborgs guy.
So I'm looking in the case and they have more, right? They have a lot of vintage. And I'm like, oh, baby, let's go. And I'm like, just seeing, I get a couple glimpses of some price tags. And I'm like, mother trucker, these things are freaking out of the yin yang. Again, I'm not really sure too much. A lot of when I buy Power Rangers, it's like I'm going loose and they're like heavily played with.
Yeah.
So I go and I'm looking in there and then I look down and there's Lost Galaxy, just single toys by themselves in box without the vehicle. So then I'm like, okay, well, obviously this is probably going to drop the rate down dramatically. And I had thought already that because on eBay, they were like $10.99 or something like that. Like they weren't that crazy. In box, they were like $40 maybe. Okay. So then I'm like, okay, couldn't see the price tag. I mean, I'm upside down basically, like doing a handstand just to try to get these like prices because it's behind a glass thing. And I'm thinking, okay, I got to go get the guy and have him unlock the case or whatever. Then there's like other vintage Mighty Morphin stuff. So I'm putting that in my back pocket too, thinking, okay, I'm going to go and just like, worst case scenario, I walk away with Mighty Morphin. Anyway, you go over to the other side. There's like Lord of the Rings. Of course, I always have Lord of the Rings in my back pocket. Relatively good price, like $30-$25 for like big toys. And so that'll be an on-deck collection that we talk about, Lord of the Rings from the movie. Then I make my way into the Marvel section. First of all, it's so hard to get past like even the Star Wars. I'm not a Star Wars collector, but the Star Wars setup they have there ships out. There's like crazy setups with like the like whatever, name a planet from Star Wars. And it's like, holy crap. In one of the glass cases that they had figures that came with the Marvel Toy Biz Fearsome Foes, like 6-pack that comes with
Is it the Sinister Six?
It's the Sinister. Actually, this might be the Sinister Six. They have Kraven, which I already have. They have a Electro, and then they have Dr. Octopus. They're all loose. They come with the stands that have like their logo on there. Oh my god! And I was just like looking in there,
speaking my language.
Yeah, and I'm looking at those. Those are loose, and I'm like, all right, that's probably the best way to get that without having to drop in half a rock.
Yeah.
And then they're like $40 to $45. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep those in my back pocket. And then I, of course, go look, and they have like, you'll see this in the video if you go check out the reel I made. Just a pile of dinosaurs. And I'm like, okay, these obviously, and it's just like 150, 150, 150, 50.
Are they JP?
They're JP. They're like vintage JP, but some of them are like torn up. So there were some good ones that were like one that was 150 and one that was like 40, the exact same dinosaur, but it was like just didn't work.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Change.
Yeah. So then I'm like looking through those. I'm getting like a
Man,
really
are there
good...
toys that would be played with harder than like dinosaurs?
I mean, I'll tell you, like a couple of them had like torn jaws.
Yeah.
Like they're like the rubber, because they were like rubber skin.
Yeah.
So
because some kid had them eating something huge. Yeah.
Of course. Dude, they had like an abundance of dinosaurs. So that one actually was like hitting me the same way Power Rangers was, which I was like, maybe I'll do something different, walk away with a handful of Jurassic Park. But they were just like the same thing. It was like one of them would have been like kind of a hefty price, and I'm like, I just don't know if I'm gonna walk away with like one 6-inch Raptor that costs $50 or something like that. And then that's why I'm thinking like, well, then if I was gonna plan to spend a little bit more, then why don't I get a T-Rex, walk away with that. And then you get to the Marvel side, which this like literally flipped my lid. The first thing I see is a Carnage Spider-Man Classics, the one I had when I was younger.
Ooh.
And I was like,
oh my God,
inbox, like
Give
almost
me goosebumps.
Dude, almost completely mint. And I'm like, I pick it up, look at it, it's $50, which really is not that bad. I know. They had some Marvel Legends, Luke Cage, Bullseye, I think maybe Elektra, something like that. But I was like, all right, well, I already have Bullseye. I don't really need Luke Cage. But that one was like really hitting me hard, man. I was like, yo, like this might actually be what I walk away with. But of course, like right behind me is the DC side, which is completely flush with like all kinds of stuff. And then they have two giant glass tabletops basically that you can just lift up and look through.
Yeah.
Flush to the point where I almost flipped them over and was like, Samantha, get the car ready.
I'm just now like thinking about it because I was busy thinking about the stuff you're telling me about. This is the place that you and I went to.
We went
together.
there.
Okay, yeah. But now I'm picturing it.
Yep. And I had found gas then.
Yeah.
So, dude, it's like loose Toy Biz, like what I'm collecting, just all lined up, man. And then DC Universe, like classics, all lined up. And it's just like, okay, breathe. And so in there I find...
Have you peed yet?
Oh, this was... Yes, I peed when I first got there. I was just like, I was almost football,
Yeah, back teeth are floating.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I'm looking in that case, and then there's a bunch of stuff in there, man. Bunch of stuff in there. And I was like, okay, Black Panther that I had, Toy Biz, with his cape, everything like that. And so I had him. I was like instantaneously, because he was like $15 or $20, something like that. Then I realized, oh crap, the reason why I sold him initially was because I had bought, one of them that is like the Sentinel Build-A-Figure.
Okay.
And he's part of that wave. So that was an easy way to like put it back.
Yeah.
So anyway, but in there they had Scorpion from Spider-Man Classics, same line,
the one that's in
the
that
Carnage.
The one that's in that Sinister
No,
Six,
right? He's by himself.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Tail Strike Scorpion.
Okay.
He's $25. And then I find Cyclops, the Uncanny X-Men Cyclops from Toy Biz. That is the exact one that I had when I was younger. And so I was like, well, I owe it to my younger self to get this again.
For sure. That's the one with like the swashbuckler boots. Yeah.
Very stiff.
Yeah.
Not super great articulation. $15. Yoink. And he was more expensive at Buddy's.
Okay.
Because they had the exact same one.
Okay.
So I almost bought him there, but then I was like, man, do I really want to drop?
Now you know to do this trip in reverse, right?
Yeah, or just maybe skip one over the other. I just feel like really...
I would say if you got two places close to each other, you know that one's got more heat and it's cheaper, then that's the one that you do first. And if there's still money in the bank, then you go to the other place and you can make more sound decisions.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up grabbing that one, and then they had... This one was difficult because there were a couple other items that I wanted to get, but this one was just speaking to me, which was the Red Skull from the Toy Biz Face-Off series with Captain America. That has the best Captain America I've ever seen. This one was a little bit tricky because I was like, dang it, I almost want to buy that in box because I want that Captain America so bad. And then the Red Skull comes with a sword, but I don't know. I was like, I need to walk away with 3. And And so I grabbed those, and then there's like a couple other items that I'm looking at, but they were just like, I mean, they had like, again, they had so much gas. I should have taken way more photos of it. Like, a lot of really good DC stuff. They had some like vintage Spider-Man from the movie that was like the walkie-talkies. Like, people are gonna see those and blow their mind. And then I think that was it. Samantha didn't get anything because she was actually like more frustrated because she was like, "Oh, the pricing here is so expensive," and I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, this stuff is like actually really, really good price. But she wanted to buy a ham from Toy Story because we have like a ham shelf. We have like 4 of them.
And you have Mr. Potato Head.
And we have Mr. Potato Head, yes. And
if you guys didn't listen to What's in the Box last week, go back and listen to What's in the Box.
Go back and listen to it. And so the ham was like $40 or something like that, and it was small. So she was kind of like frustrated with that. She was gonna buy like a Scooby-Doo stuffed animal that was like vintage, same kind of concept. Like, is it really worth this kind of money? So I felt bad because she didn't end up getting anything, but a lot of what she was looking for was just like more than what she wanted to spend. And I was like, sometimes you just got to know what you're after. Like, I think for her, it's very randomized.
She's very shoot, ready, aim.
And then I think when you are like that, and then you just like see what it is, and you're like, oh, what the heck, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of just have to know before you go. There you go.
Like we always say.
Yep.
Yeah, like we've always said, know before you go.
Right. And before I asked the guy, I said, hey, can you open this case? I want to see these Power Rangers. And then he walks over there, and then he just moves the case open, and then he just looks at me, and it was kind of like a little bit like condescending, and I was like, oh, I just thought it was locked because the other one I had to have somebody open it for me. And
why would you presume that it wasn't
I know it was weird. He just kind of stared at me.
They do that just so they can have that interaction with people every day.
But then he was like, no, man, you're good, look through whatever you want. He's like, you come in here enough times, I trust you. And I was like,
oh, he recognized you?
Yeah, he knows who I am for sure. In fact, like I told you, got a nice little influencer discount because I mentioned about the podcast and stuff like that. And so they hooked it up for sure. And then got to talk with the owner for a little bit about potentially doing a video there. So you guys stay alert on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, follow Mighty Champions on YouTube, and definitely hit that review button, because the more people that find us, the bigger that we get, the more sorts of things like that we can do.
And John and I, when we go there, we're gonna get nasty. All right, we're gonna get nasty.
There's gonna be an elevated budget.
We're gonna blur out bank accounts. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying. So so then I see those Lost Galaxy, and I'm like, okay, I crack the knuckles, $80. I'm like, son of a gun. And I'm like, man, like, you know, I thought to myself I was going to walk away, at least dropping maybe a bill, because I was like, I want to walk away with the handful, and it just didn't fit the handful vibe. But I ended up just getting those 3. And
which ones?
So I went with the Tail Strike Scorpion, which is like, if you stretch him all the way out, he's like freaking a foot long, basically. Nice. So he's a little difficult to put on the shelf. The what is his name? The Red Skull and the Cyclops. Okay. So really good. Yeah, it was a really good takeaway, and you know, but this was one of the hardest walkaways I've done, because it was just like, you know, it was option fatigue, like almost the definition of it.
And you're not still itchy and just go straight to eBay and just like finish off whatever your mental like budget would have been?
I mean, just to be honest, I was like just talking to you about it right now with the Power Rangers, and I was just like already having like a secondary version of myself like being like, go to eBay when you get home. Yeah. Because I was just like, yeah, dude, I just want to get some toys for sure. But it was a good time. We ended up going to some place that she found on like TikTok that's, I don't even know. It's like super happy $1 store type place. And so you go in there, and it's just like tchotchke type stuff that's like really, really cheap. It's like the type of, but it's like the type of stuff where like they're like digging like canyons in Chile to like bury it, because it's just like nonsense.
That useless.
It's like that type of stuff. Though they did have a toy aisle, and I was like, and it was covering the back wall. So I'm like, I'm gonna go over there and just see what they got. They had a lot of cool guns, like toy guns. I was like, man, I might even have
You're
to
gonna put together a Punisher's arsenal of,
yes.
orange guns.
They were like so realistic
Oh, the
looking.
80s.
It was wild.
80s
Like they had the
style.
orange cap, but everything else was pretty dark.
Coleco Rambo.
They had like ninja sets where it was like swords and it was awesome. They had toys that were police. And that's all it was. It was like a 5-pack. I'll show you the photo when we're done with this. A 5-pack that just said police. And then on the photo of it, it's just slamming some dude across. It's like an actual stock photo on Google of somebody being arrested that's on the package.
They're just using excessive force to sell it.
It's weird, man. It's weird. And then, so that place was kind of strange. I felt like the owners just were not vibing with us. They're just kind of like staring at us and then like walking around. And then I just see like a cat sleeping in like a box full of t-shirts, and I was just like, okay. So I was like, it was hilarious. So
toy hunting is the best.
It was a good time, and yeah, I mean that was like a really, really necessary trip. I mean, you've heard week after week after week of me just not buying any toys.
Yeah.
And obviously the way I like to do it is in the toy store, so it was definitely a much needed, really, really good experience. I'm glad it paid off because it's like, dude, the traffic to get to San Antonio. We live in Austin. I mean, it's basically like, you know, the memes. It takes an hour to get from Austin to Austin, basically.
Dude, San Antonio is not that far away, like mileage.
No, it's not.
wise.
It's literally an hour and 30 minutes. And with traffic, though, it's like...
Have y'all ever seen Mad Max Fury Road? That movie's about driving from Austin to San Antonio.
100%.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I went to a wrestling show in San Antonio once at the Alamo Dome that let out at night, obviously. And when I was driving back, there were no street lights. Like no overhead lights whatsoever, and I genuinely didn't know if I was on the highway or driving through the desert. Like couldn't tell.
That's crazy. Well, the worst part is that when we were coming back to Austin, traffic was just as bad leaving, which usually it's sometimes like that, not all the time. But there was a UT game that night.
Oh God!
And UT is like smack dab where you're like traveling through that, and so it was just like tail lights miles long. It was like the Milky Way of red.
But at least you scored.
It was worth it. So,
at least you scored.
All right, that's a long story for me. What about you? What you been up to?
Yeah, I don't, like we keep talking about 7 days in my life is an eternity. I thought that you went toy hunting 6 months ago. I forgot about that entirely. So I'm really glad that you had that. I've just been sticking around here and just hitting like the retail gods have been smiting me this week. I've had so many near misses.
As I said, Sisyphus pushing the Walmart logo up the hill only for it to fall back down again.
It's true, man.
Somebody please make that graphic, please. If not,
Walmart has been kicking my tail. Target has been kicking my tail. GameStop. Dude, I went into GameStop and GameStop has been flush lately.
Yeah.
They have so much stuff, including the brand new G.I. Joe classified Snake Eyes with the polar bear and the mask device. Got so pumped. $85.
I saw that.
If you're not a pro member.
But it was $80.
No, it was 87 if you're not a pro member, 85 if you are.
Why is it so expensive?
That's just GameStop doing GameStop because it retails at like 60 or 66 or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I bought the whatever one from Ross for $12. So hopefully it runs it back.
It's just wild that GameStop does that kind of stuff. But yeah, I got my tail kicked out in retail all week, every day. I did get some pickups though. One thing was the Superman Blu-ray.
Oh, sick.
So pretty stoked to watch the special features of that. The other thing at Ross.
Okay. Whoa.
King Kong. I got the NECA King Kong from the like 30s movie. But it's not black and white. It's like kind of grayscale, but his like wounds and stuff are red.
Cool.
And it comes with a whole other set of arms, an airplane, the handcuffs, 2 heads. One of them looks kind of like the 30s like goofy head, and the other one looks like almost like a Peter Jackson.
Okay.
King Kong head. This is gonna go in my Halloween display when I put that up this weekend.
Great.
As the gigantic monkey in my in my Halloween display.
So you're gonna open it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely gonna open this.
How much did you find it for?
$20.
Okay.
I think it's like 32 or 34 normally.
Dude, Ross is getting some gas right now.
Yeah, that's why I was there. I wasn't looking for this, but I did find it.
Cool.
And then online, I will never financially recover from this week.
Okay.
I pre-ordered. No, the cop was last week. I pre-ordered the Punisher Nick Fury 2-pack.
Okay. Which was 60-ish, probably.
Yeah, 60-ish. And then I pre-ordered the Rey Mysterio Ultimate, the Bobby Heenan Legends figure, and the Rob Van Dam Legends figure. So I now have 9 outstanding pre-orders and 10 total figures going. So, yeah, that's gonna be a slow drip, just dinging my wallet every so often. But
you got that cable also.
Oh, and I got my pre-order got delivered of the X-Men 97 cable. And I'm glad you keep reminding me of it, because once I put it up on the shelf, I kind of have a tendency to forget about it. You guys can check out my kind of like brief little unboxing of it at Mighty Champions. I think that this cable has figure of the year potential. It is just so smooth, like it moves really well, it looks awesome, it feels really good in hand. I've said this to you, I don't remember if I've said it on the podcast or not before. I have like a thing for figures that feel like they're gonna beat up all of your other figures. That cable feels like it wants to harm your other figures. It's got some beef to it. I didn't expect to love it. I was just expecting to upgrade it from the blue one, because the blue one is not my cable.
Right.
But I do love it. It just feels like such a beast. Not beast, but it's just an awesome figure. The guns are huge.
I mean, Cable to me is obviously the concept of him is actually amazing, but he looks like a toy from the 90s that would just be like, all right, he's got these massive laser cannons.
Yeah, he's covered in pouches and guns.
Guess what? He also just got back from the future.
Yeah, he is the 90s. He's just amazing. And that figure, if you guys didn't pre-order it or you weren't planning on picking it up, or if you were on the fence about it, I cannot recommend it more. The X-Men 97 second wave cable is just so good. So good. So I did get a couple of things through the door this week, but not as much as I would have liked, but I still spent a lot of money.
That was, did you post that? Or did you
yeah, the G.I. Joe Cobra Commander we talked about. I just haven't opened it yet.
Okay. You saw something at Target, though, that was like $7, though, right? Like another
Turned
clearance.
out to not be real. I actually grabbed what is it called? Just the Cobra, like, henchman guy. And I took it up to the lady, and I was like, it said this is $7. And she was like, it's not the same SKU. That SKU doesn't, like, exist. It was just like a tag that got left up for a figure that it isn't there anymore. So yeah, retail just not shining down on me.
That's so whack.
Bummer. Absolute bummer. But yeah, got a couple of things. Really excited about this Superman Blu-ray, actually.
Nice.
Okay.
You're old-fashioned, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this before.
Physical media.
You're
guy.
Physical media.
Because guess what? Here's Superman on Blu-ray, and I'm sure going to be on HBO, or probably already is on HBO Max. Yeah. It's not always going to be there. It's going to move around other stuff. It's going to go to Prime. You're going to have to pay for it. What happens if your internet goes down? Like, I can always watch this without having to think about where it's at.
Cool.
I'm a physical media guy. Like, I'm particular about it. I don't buy everything, but something like that, like presently sitting at the 5th on my list on Letterboxd. Like, wow. I need that. Okay, up next, I am going to drop my top 10 Kenner lines.
Here comes power play, Shaq jamming, slamming on the attack, making the moves, give and go. Shaq's playing a winning show. Shaq attack, I'm always being like that. Can't stop this scoring machine. Shaq's a classic playing dream with a power crash hoop. Don't turn your back, cause it might be the Shaq attack. Shaq attack figures and hoop sets, each sold separately.
All right, we have found this theme that has been going on the show since we started doing this. There's a lot of stuff that has been revelatory since we've started doing this. Yeah. I think both of us have kind of learned about each other, about ourselves, about humanity.
I'm like, don't make me laugh. I'm taking a drink. I was like, please don't say anything funny. I'm going to spit all over the place.
And something that has happened as a kind of like a phenomenon on this show that I don't think I know I didn't really register this. Maybe I knew it deep down, but I didn't register it, is that Kenner is the foundation of my childhood. They just keep coming up, either on purpose or on accident. Like a lot of times on accident, we keep going, wait a minute, was that Kenner? And discovering that they're basically responsible for everything great.
Right.
at least from my childhood.
Yeah.
So I just kind of wanted to show them some love and do my personal top 10 Kenner lines. Kenner was a thing from 1947 until 2000, and then they were purchased by Hasbro.
Okay.
Hasbro has released stuff that says Kenner on it. I think they still do that with something right now. Star Wars? I think
maybe the vintage.
I think the vintage series says Kenner on it.
Yeah.
I think they've put out G.I. Joe stuff that says Kenner on it. But I'm talking about not Hasbro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Kenner, just Kenner as it is. So before I get into my top 10, let's go through the ones that are not in my top 10, just the honorable mention. Spirograph.
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of Spirograph?
No.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. The PlayStation Dragon.
No, okay, so I'll tell you that it's a toy, but it's not like an action figure or something. It's a toy like Creepy Crawlers is a toy, or Operation is a toy. Like, what do you think Spirograph is?
I'm gonna look it up actually right now.
So basically, what it is you pin down a piece of paper, right, inside of this like plastic board.
Okay.
And then it has all these rings.
Got it. Yeah,
the
way you draw and stuff.
You make a circle with the. It's really challenging to describe now that I'm saying it, and it makes really interesting little patterns.
It's like sacred geometry.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Because there's Spirograph and then there's Spirograph Junior.
Oh, no, I was using the one for grown-ups.
Complex.
For sure. Yeah, I was using the complex one. So, like, dude, when back in the day, like, there was just less to do. The internet wasn't a thing.
I'm down.
Spirograph ruled.
Yeah.
The Easy Bake Oven.
Okay. Delicious.
Yeah. Play-Doh.
Delicious.
Chuck Norris Karate Commandos.
That's crazy.
I'll be honest, I never personally played with them.
Okay.
But just like I'm just kind of naming stuff that isn't in my top 10. That's
okay.
Like just to give you scope of what Kenner has done, dude. Stretch Armstrong.
Okay.
I actually did have a 90s Stretch Armstrong, which I want to say was, I think he probably originally was like a 70s thing that they tried to like redo in the 90s. And inevitably he would rip and then his goo would come out.
Gotcha.
And it was gross, but had a Stretch Armstrong. Beetlejuice, the animated series. Didn't really care that much about the toys, but loved the show.
Got it.
Like I was a big fan of the cartoon. Silverhawks, which we've talked about a lot. Small Soldiers. Gargoyles. I am a monstrous fan.
Small Soldiers is Kenner?
It's Kenner. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. Gargoyles. Huge fan of Gargoyles.
Yeah,
The show
okay.
again. Mask.
Okay.
And then DC Total Justice.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So those are the things that are not on my personal list.
Crazy.
Like, that's how epic we're talking about
right.
here. Okay, starting things off at number 10, Shack Attack.
Oh, my God.
Dude, when I was a kid, 1993 is like right around Shaq's rookie year. Imagine a rookie at any sport having a toy line. Like, just hitting the ground with a toy line.
Was it spelled ATTAQ?
No, it's SHAQ ATTACK.
Okay, because then there's Shack Attack shoes, but it's with a Q and attack.
It's like I don't even know how many like kind of almost statues of him dunking in like his college uniform, his Magic uniform, like fantasy kind of uniforms, different kind of dunks. But like I was obsessed with Shaquille O'Neal.
Dude, those look sick, man.
Yeah, and you know I just have the one starting lineup, like giant starting lineup now. But if I saw like minty Shack Attacks like in box, even though they're not, you know, on my on deck collection, I think I would be compelled to buy them.
I could see that, man. Just like looking at these, like the because like 1993 Reverse Jam. Yeah, dude, they're not that pricey.
They're not, because I don't think really that many people care now.
Like you got one for $9.99,
Yeah.
and then $30. There's some that are more expensive, but yeah, it's not bad at all, man.
Number 9, doing this research, I had a memory just get completely unlocked
Okay.
of going to Toys R Us and getting my lunchbox and thermos for my first day of school ever, like kindergarten, which was real Ghostbusters.
Okay.
And
That's a pretty well sought after line, right?
oh, dude, it's like one of those ones that like that nostalgia has never gone away, and they stayed crazy expensive. They're being reproduced now. They might actually be one of those Kenner. It says Kenner on the box.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Okay.
Reproduction. But yeah, I remembered that my very first lunchbox and thermos was real Ghostbusters, and then so was the can of Ecto Goo that I spilled in my dad's Camaro, and that was bad news for me.
Amazing.
But that whole real Ghostbusters, like the figures, all the accessories, and then they also had so much. It's hard to truly remember what was Ghostbusters and what was real Ghostbusters at the time, and what was other Ghostbusters, because there was a third. There was the movie, the cartoon based on the movie, and then there was another one called Ghost Space Busters that had nothing to do with like the Bill Murray movie.
Weird.
Yeah, but so it's hard to remember, but I remember playing in my neighbor's like back room, and he had the ghost trapper, which
Okay.
would project a ghost onto the wall.
Wow.
And then you step on the thing, and it would project the ghost getting sucked back into the thing, the
Wow.
trapper. Like, yeah, so
Yeah, they're like pricey, but I do think that some of the like the new stuff, I think kind of like killed the market a little bit for them,
brought
because
it
they're
down
just
a little bit.
yeah, but they're I think like one of the, I forget what they call it. It's like the what's it called? It's like a command center type thing.
Oh,
that they're in.
the firehouse.
The firehouse,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess it's not that bad. I thought it was more expensive.
Yeah.
It's like $500, but yeah, I will
like-
say that I plan to watch this movie for the very first time this year. So,
Ghostbusters, the
never
OG
seen it.
movie, dude, it's an absolute classic.
yeah.
I'm sure you say you're gonna watch it, and then you're gonna go watch something stupid instead. But
Probably so.
okay, so my number 8 is Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
I have, because of this show, I've had a rekindled love of Jurassic Park. Just that one movie.
Yeah.
I really don't need the other ones in my life.
It's fair.
And I do like 3. We talked about that. I think 3 is good, but not good enough to justify its own existence. The first movie and the toys for that first movie, especially, like, obviously the dinosaurs, but especially, like, Dr. Grant and Ellie and Tim and whatever the girl's name is.
Yes.
And the hunter guy and all that movie world, those figures, that Kenner, just, like, I can smell them.
Wow.
I don't know that I'm ever going to have a collection of them, because like the dinosaurs are just big, but they hold a place in my memory, in my heart, and like I just thank you, Kenner, for doing that in the first place.
Yeah.
Number 7. This one's a little weird. It ran from 1988 to 2001, and I only want like 2% of them.
Wow.
Starting lineup.
Okay.
You've
talked about this
I just
before.
have developed this interest in my teams. So 49ers, Lakers, San Francisco Giants, San Jose Sharks. If I see the right ones of those teams, just like with Shaq, even though it's not necessarily something that I'm planning, I don't know if I could stop myself from buying them. Certain Michael Jordan and like NBA Dream Team, Olympic kind of ones. But if I see that era too is like my sports wheelhouse. Like I'm still very much obsessed with sports, but I feel the same way about the athletes of that era that I do about the Terminator, other stuff that I was into, Ninja Turtles, whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's that same type of nostalgia that I have for Jerry Rice. Like same thing. Like Jerry Rice is a real person, but he doesn't feel any more or less real to me than Leonardo does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're both like held aloft.
For sure.
And the starting lineups, even though they're terrible like figures, if I found a minty card one, I gotta have it.
Dude, yeah, for sure.
Like I would start a section, or at least put them in my sports kind of sections already.
Yeah, and I feel like with
There's plenty of room for that. That might actually be like an actual like seek and destroy mission.
Yeah, I feel like also because because there's not so many of them that you need, that it could make sense because it's just small. Like you said, 2% of it.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't even be remotely anywhere in the neighborhood of being a completist on that. Number 8, Superman Man of Steel.
Awesome.
This is a weird one because it's in 1995, and in 1995 I don't like Superman.
Okay.
It's that we've talked about. There's a small blip in time where I was a kid and I let outside opinions influence me that Superman was lame. And so I wasn't buying them or having them. I didn't own any of them. But every time I go toy hunting now, and I'm of the opinion we just talked about, I have a Superman tattoo. I'm obsessed with Superman. Every time I see them now, I have to pick them up and look at them.
Yep.
Just the gigantic crest on the box.
It's amazing.
And like just the figures are toys first and accurate second.
Yeah.
I just think they're so cool. Like they're just so cool.
Those definitely tempt me as well, for sure.
If I had another room to fill, there would be a whole wall dedicated to all things Superman. Like, and this would be a big chunk of that for sure. Number 5 has gotten a lot of play on the podcast, Aliens. I just like, as a toy line, especially because it was based on a TV show that never happened, we learned.
Wow.
I just think like the power loader and the aliens themselves and the colonial marines, it almost sounds like you could convince someone that it started off as a toy line and that the toy line influenced everything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so freaking cool. Gonna come up a lot more on the podcast, I'm sure. Just like an epic toy line. Number 4, RoboCop and the Ultra Police. As we've discussed, my favorite toy ever from being a little kid, my figure flashback, is the Robo 1 car and RoboCop that fits into the car. I don't really care about any of the other ones. Honestly, I would buy like Ed 209 and a mint RoboCop.
Again, that's what I'm saying. It's like if you don't have like to buy a lot of them.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, just the representation.
Yeah.
This is where my idea, I don't think we've brought this up on the podcast, but you and I had talked about it before the podcast. This is where my idea of just having a spinner rack comes into play, is for those one-offs.
Oh,
a couple of Supermans, a couple of RoboCops, a couple of Aliens outside of Kenner, like a couple of Mortal Kombats or whatever, right? And just have a spinner rack to pick up and look at, like, rather than on the wall.
100%.
Yeah, like anything with that butterfly hook on it. Like I would be open to Batman and Robin Adventures if I had a spinner rack, like that kind of stuff.
I love it.
The stuff you're not trying to complete.
Right.
Number 3, Predator.
Okay.
I debated this back and forth, like racked my brain before I ultimately decided on not the Ultimates, but the NECA Predators prior to the Ultimates, which you guys have heard me begin to collect. But before I landed on that, I considered the Kenner ones really, really heavily. And the thing that kind of stopped me from going down that path on that day was just that there's not a ton of them. And they eventually blend into Aliens, and I'm not interested in Predator versus Alien.
Gotcha.
Like, it doesn't do anything for me, really. And I get that the Predator and Alien franchises can't leave each other alone. They're like Hawkman and Hawkgirl now. They're just drawn to each other. And I'm like, I liked it better when they were separate. I really did. Number 2, we've talked about this a bunch. I had a near miss with it last week, and it is absolutely an on-deck collection, Terminator 2. If I see a minty Terminator 2 Kenner figure, there's no chance I'm not buying it, even if it's $200. Like, if I
heard it here, folks.
if I just wouldn't physically be able to stop myself from getting, Power Arm Terminator or John Connor with a dirt bike or the T1000. Like, if it's like really in good condition, I wouldn't be able to stop myself.
Wow.
Like, it's just too powerful of nostalgia. And those Kenner figures are just like it keeps coming up. Toy first, accurate second. And it just lives in that world in my head where I'm in love with it. The Terminator Arnold on the box, it's just the best. Just the best.
Yeah.
And then number 1, easy, Batman the Animated Series. But I also put in on my list in parentheses, also Batman Returns, The Dark Knight, Legends of, pretty much anything Batman that Kenner produced.
Yeah.
Count me in. One thing that I always do when I get desperate from getting turned down at Target and Walmart and all these other places, eventually I'll go, let me go into this Half Price Books. And I've never made a toy purchase at Half Price Books, ever.
Yeah.
But I have seen toys.
They do have toys there sometimes.
And sometimes they have these Kenner, Legends of Batman figures. They just have,
Whoa.
Azrael and, characters I couldn't possibly care
You're talking Half Price Books, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Barnes & Noble.
No, Half Price Books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll have those. Yeah, it's random.
They have the characters I don't care about, but the box is so dope. So
Yes.
I put the animated series. I do collect the animated series. I'm always on the lookout for the animated series, but I'm open to every Kenner Batman figure ever made. I
feel that. I
just
feel that.
in love with them. So yeah, that's my top 10. Kenner line: Shack Attack, Real Ghostbusters, Jurassic Park starting lineup, Superman, Aliens, RoboCop, Predator, Terminator 2, and all things Batman.
You know what's insane is that you had talked about when it ran from the 40s all the way to the year 2000. And the year 2000 was when I became sentient of really, really going after toys and loving toys. So it was that's why Kenner almost completely missed me. When I see the Kenner logo, I didn't even recognize it until I started getting way more into the trenches of toys, because I was I wasn't really familiar, never heard the name.
That's really interesting.
So it's
that it basically propped me up in my childhood and missed you entirely.
Completely. But now I feel like going through all those, they're all of that is a must.
I'm getting this podcast is creating something in me concerning Kenner, where I'm becoming almost a fan of Kenner the way that I am with toys in general and sports, and I'm wanting to seek out the designers and the people who worked there and find them on social media or LinkedIn or whatever and thank them.
Yeah.
Or ask them questions what's up with this accessory, with this thing, why did this happen, or find a book or something. I'm going down this rabbit hole of Kenner the company in the 90s specifically, because they were just this list doesn't even include some of the other movies and stuff that were just one-offs for a little while here and there. Just super, super powerful to me, and I'm sure a lot of other people also that are around my age. But shall we get into the news?
Let's do it.
Well, LexCorp's going down. Whether it's me or Superman, who does it?
If it's Superman, that makes it news, and I'll be happy to print it.
Toy news this week. Okay, I want to start things off with wrestling because something pretty interesting took place over the last week or so. That is the relationship between AEW and Jazwares. So, sometime last week, somebody on Reddit put up a post that said that AEW and Jazwares had parted ways, and then they kind of pondered who else could pick it up, Mattel or somebody else. Then the mod of that subreddit posted that the original poster was credible and had previously, stated things that were true and that they do have real sources.
Wow.
So everyone ran wild with that and spent 2 days under the assumption that it was a stone cold fact that AEW and Jazwares had parted ways. I saw My Damn Toys and Alex West Collects and Kyle Peterson and all these influencers in the space just take it as gospel and say it's done, it's dead, it's over with. Except for the Major Wrestling Figure podcast and Matt Cardona, who has a relationship with Jeremy Padower, the head of Jazwares. He just texted him directly and asked him, and Jeremy Padower's answer was, we are making AEW product in 2026. So there's that.
Wow.
It is a story and it is a non-story.
So I'm just curious, what even somebody heard something wrong and then they just...
I think what it is somebody heard something wrong or decided to just troll or whatever. But what's really more telling is that everybody believed it because it feels believable. I've talked about it on the podcast before. They're always a minimum of 1 year too late with everything that they put out. Like this version of this person or this person's first figure. Mariah May's first figure is like just now coming out or about to come out. She's been in NXT for like a year. Like that kind of stuff. They make really, really good figures. Like very good figures. They're just a day late and $1 short all the time. They're really slow with product. It felt real. It felt like plausible, right? So I get why people ran with it. And personally, I kind of was like started fantasy casting in my head what it might look like, and I'm sure everybody else did too, and kind of let their imaginations run wild. I would rather Jazwares just get more serious about it and it stays with Jazwares, because I don't know that anybody else would want to pick it up. Maybe Ringside Collectibles themselves, but other than that, Hasbro or it seems unlikely. So I'm glad it turned out to be not true. But yeah, in other wrestling space, there was a made-to-order Mattel Creations CM Punk that went up that you could probably still pre-order, that is from whatever show it was where he dressed up like John Cena and did the Punk Life thing with the Chicago Cubs jersey and all that. One of the worst segments in wrestling history, if you ask me, but an iconic look for CM Punk probably to some people. So you can definitely go pre-order that. As of recording today, this morning, the Legends, I don't remember what Legends series it is, but Rey Mysterio, Rob Van Dam, British Bulldog, Mr. Perfect, and Bobby Heenan went up for pre-order on Target's website, so hopefully you guys can still get that if you're inclined. And then that pretty much wraps up. Oh, also, the WrestleFest arcade cabinet went up for sale in, looks like maybe only in the UK. Series WrestleFest arcade cabinet. Yeah, so definitely look for that. I think there's two different versions that just has the top of the cabinet,
Gotcha.
and then one that has the full stand and everything, kind of like those arcade 1-ups, but it's not an arcade 1-up. Yeah, but that's it for wrestling. In Marvel, The Punisher and Nick Fury went up for pre-order. Probably still is pretty much everywhere. I copped that immediately. Must have for me. I think Juggernaut is back up for pre-order as well.
Okay.
The Gamerverse Juggernaut. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And then the Blokies figures that we've been talking about, they are now available on Entertainment Earth.
Nice.
So I guess you can get them in the U.S. At least Wolverine, Deadpool, and Iron Man. Wait, and Captain America. Oh, these are models.
Yeah, I did see that. Okay.
Oh, I missed this entirely. So you build these.
They look pretty sick.
They do look cool. I didn't realize that you build these. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. And then also in Marvel, up on Big Bad Toy Store for pre-order is the Mayfex Gambit.
Okay.
Which looks incredible.
It does look good.
It looks so good. Shifting over to Uncle Todd, McFarlane showed off their Wonder Woman versus Godzilla.
A Ross exclusive.
It is a Ross exclusive. Interesting.
No, I'm saying it's going straight to Ross. Yeah.
The Wonder Woman looks great, I guess. It kind of is like... what it looks like to me is that it's based on the movie, and it's based on not wanting to pay Gal Gadot for using her likeness. because it doesn't look like Gal Gadot in the slightest.
Yeah.
The Godzilla is the like American MonsterVerse Legend Pictures Godzilla. I don't know who it is that these are for. Like, I don't see the crossover. There's no reference to these.
What was
like
the book they did?
How many people bought that?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of Godzilla fans out there, a lot of DC fans. So, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's not for me. Definitely not.
They also showed off a new Batmobile, another Batmobile, the Dying Days of Batmobile Summer. They showed off the Rebirth Batmobile. Looks cool, like every Batmobile does. Love it. And then there is a new McFarlane Toy Store Collectibles Club Drawing Board crowdfund. They got to find another name for that, which is the Harley Quinn. So with level 1, you get Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad, a bat, a revolver, an art card, a base, temporary tattoos, and a movie poster. With level 2, you get all of that, plus a revolver, another bat, and some hands. And then on level 3, you get all of that, plus the Joker, so the Jared Leto in a tuxedo. And on level 4, you get all of that, plus another Harley Quinn from another scene in the movie.
Why? For any of those, I don't that's like that version was the biggest flop of all time. I feel like, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing to
I think Harley Quinn transcends the failure of the movie.
I know that, but
what's weird to me is that level 3 and level 4, you get Jared Leto. That's a reason not to do it.
I guess maybe because there's never been one of him.
I guess somebody out there wants it, I suppose. That'll be an interesting one to keep track of. We'll keep you guys informed of how that one's doing. Baffling to me.
Very much so.
Just baffling. In kind of random news, the good folks over at Mondo did show off a 200X He-Man that looks freaking amazing. Like, toys that look like they want to beat the crap out of all of your other toys. I don't even collect Motu, and I'm like, this thing is so brolic. I almost am like, I need it just because it's a muscle man action figure. Like, I do like He-Man. I enjoy He-Man, but this one specifically, like, oh my god. But not for $115. And then lastly in the news, coming up October 9th through the 12th is the New York Toy Fair. And Hasbro Pulse has got some shows they're going to do there. So keep your radio tuned to Mighty Champions, because we're going to have huge news week when it comes to that. Did you have any other new stuff that you wanted to do?
I mean, I kind of mentioned this earlier, but a lot of stuff being found at Ross. Some things that I was like kind of surprised. I just feel like because of the way that toys are being printed and put into stores, there's just mass overflow regardless. So I saw that the Batman animated series, like DC Direct, kind of rips McFarlane's.
Those are at Ross?
Those are going to Ross. I think it's the
You know what's crazy? I just now found that information out for the first time, and no part of me wants them or needs them.
It's like $7, like maybe, I don't know. It kind of looks cool, but
apply that $7 to getting Kenner Batman animated series figures.
It's true. And then people are finding the Batwing from the animated series at DD's discounts.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Might have to roll on down there, see if we can find one. But yeah, I mean, those are the only things that I would think of. I mean, I love this time of year. I feel like going to Ross has purpose.
Dude, like October till end of the year is usually the fattest time of the year.
Yep.
Like Ringside Collectibles does their huge November sale. Christmas time is always when like your actual physical hunting goes up. Like Ross gets fat. We're heading into like winter is coming.
I love it.
Yeah. All right, you ready to test your Thundercats knowledge?
I'm ready for it. Let's see how it goes.
Half human, half animal.
I'm Mumro, want the sword of Thundera.
With this secret power ring, battery not included, make Lino's eyes light up.
I'm ready.
With Battle-Matic action, you can make them fight with their swords.
The sword is mine, Lion-O. That's what you think, Mumra. Take that.
ThunderCats, Mumra and Lino with light-up eyes. Thundercats. Each sold separately, new from LJN.
I have curated 19 of the finest questions concerning the original run of ThunderCats toys.
Okay.
And I aim to test your might.
Okay.
As you talked about, you knew nothing about the ThunderCats.
Correct.
Way before your time.
Yeah.
I also didn't really know much about the ThunderCats toys. I am obsessed with the ThunderCats cartoon. I have a ThunderCats tattoo. I love the ThunderCats. But for some weird reason, same thing as the 3 3/4 G.I. Joes. Love the cartoon. Never really had much interaction with the toys. I don't know if it's just that nobody older than me like influenced it, or no kids who I went to their house. They were all playing with Ninja Turtles. ThunderCats weren't like around. I had a Lion-O in my house that was in like a closet that I remember had been a bathtub toy that never really got any play.
Okay.
But so like the toys don't mean a heck of a lot didn't mean a heck of a lot to me. But in doing research, I was like, I think they could. I think they could again because like my obsession with the show. But are you feeling confident that you did some good research?
I hope so. I definitely feel like all information will exit my brain at question number 1. But let's just see what we got. I have no idea. I was trying to predict like what types of questions you're going to be asking. So I was like, and I was looking at things that like you would notice, and I'm like, okay, pay attention to that. So we'll see. Now I feel like I don't know.
My goal is to make you as self-conscious as possible.
Perfect.
Question number 1. And obviously, you guys are playing along, right?
Yeah.
Like, see how many you get and let us know. Question number 1. When was the first wave of ThunderCats figures released? A, 1979. B, 1984. C, 1985. D, 1995.
C, 1985.
Excellent. Most excellent. That is correct. It sounds like you did do your homework.
I did.
All right, the first one was a softball.
Okay.
Question number 2. According to Action Figure 411, what is the average buy it now price for Wave 1 Lion-O?
Oh, crap.
Is it A, $1,000,
Okay.
B, $1,500, C, $2,000, or D, $3,000?
I'm going B, 1500.
Close. A.
It was the A? Okay.
A. And according to Action Figure 411, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I did see. I thought I actually did see it go for 1500, but yeah, I knew it was not less than 1,000.
Yeah, that's a big boy. That's the figure that I had it just in a closet.
Crazy.
It had been a bathtub toy. Like,
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure that one wouldn't go for that much. True or false?
Okay.
Lion-O spends the entire first episode of ThunderCats completely naked.
I'll say true.
True. That is true.
That's crazy.
As they leave Thundera and arrive at Third Earth. Is it called Third Earth?
It's Third Earth.
That he's like a little kid, and then
Okay.
he grows up in transit, and then he's just naked.
Weird.
And they're
man.
like, we ought to get you a outfit.
Also, Third Earth is so funny. Like, you could tell they were just like, I don't have ideas. Just make it up. What's even funnier is I'm curious if they were influenced, and this could be like something I probably should have like looked at. Not that you would have asked this, but just like lore, because Jack Kirby's world, Fourth World, right? So like Darkseid, the New Gods, those types of characters are like Fourth World Jack Kirby characters, right? This one's called Third Earth, so I think they probably wouldn't want to be like Third World,
Yeah.
but rather go.
Well,
like,
then there's like Middle Earth, and like I think it
Yeah.
just sort of sounded right. You know?
maybe so. So I mean, in 1985, I feel like that stuff was kind of popping at the time. So
Yeah. Question number 4. Who produced the original 1985 ThunderCats figures? Is it A, UPN, B, LJN, C, VPN, or D, KFC?
B, LGN.
It is LJN. And that's another one where I kind of feel like I need to investigate everything that they had going on, because they were making video games, they were making figures, they are coming up a lot.
I wasn't familiar with LJN, and then when I saw the logo, I was like, oh, like I've seen that logo a bunch.
You
I
just
just didn't know the name.
Put it together,
Yeah.
Okay, question number 5. Slythe is an evil reptile mutant and one of Mum-Ra's main henchmen. He includes a battle axe, and Battlematic action via secret lever that makes his arm move. Spell Slythe.
SLYTHE.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it's S-S-SLITHE.
Oh my god. Dude. What the heck? All right.
Fill in the blank. Blank is a Wave 1 mutant that is part man, part monkey. He includes a mace, helmet, and Battlematic action. Is it A, Sergeant Bananas, B, Cygor, C, Monkeyan, or D, Ultra Humanite?
I'm gonna go with C.
Monkeyan?
Yeah.
Correct.
Dude, that's so funny.
Sergeant Bananas.
I mean,
He's from Ninja Turtles.
okay, but there's like other names that are adjacent to that along this toy line.
No, I'm playing off how stupid some of this stuff
so the
is.
names are
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. Okay.
Here's another one. Wave 2, Lion-O,
Okay.
includes the Sword of Omens, Claw Shield, Light Up Eyes, Battlematic action, and what 2 other things? Hang on.
Okay.
Give your options.
Yeah, sorry.
Is it A, Smurf and Decoder Ring, B, Snork and Power Bracelet, C, Snack and Push Pop, or D, Snarf and Power Ring?
D, Snarf and Power Ring.
That is correct.
Okay.
Although if it came with a Push Pop, that would be awesome.
I was like, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Okay, this is a good one. I like this one. Number 8, complete this sentence. Snowman of blank blank is a great friend and ally of the Thundercats and likes nothing more than mashing the mutants. His mount and friend is a giant white cat called Snow Meow. So, Snowman of blank blank.
Okay. I was waiting for your reading off the options there.
Nope.
Oh, crap.
You told me you studied for
I
this.
did study, and I'm thinking about the names because I did read like a Wikipedia type thing. I don't know. Crap.
Snowman of Hook Mountain.
Hook Mountain. Okay.
Everybody else has the dumbest name in the world. Like, as much as I said, I have a Thundercats tattoo. I get to say this stuff. Lion-O, Lion-O, and this dude's name is Snowman of Hook Mountain.
It's just, again, doesn't make any sense.
Gangster. All right. True or false? Okay, listen carefully. Battlecat is a male Thunderian, architect, scientist, and noble member of the Thundercats. He can become invisible. However, this doesn't prevent him from being seen by strong enough detectors. His Wave 1 figure includes his signature Bolo Whip. You can let me know if you need to hear anything again.
I'm going to say false.
False. Battlecat is a Masters of the Universe character.
Yes, exactly.
Tigra is
Tigra.
the character described here.
Got it. Okay.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Number 10. Mum-Ra was included in Wave 1 as the main villain to the Thundercats. According to Action Figure 411, what was his original price? A, $199, B, $599, C, $24.99 plus shipping, or D, $87.99 but $84.99 if you're a pro member.
B, $5.99.
$5.99. That's right.
When I saw that, I was kind of surprised. I was like, I felt like that was like kind of pricey for 1985.
Dude, everything was different then because you ask your mom if you can have Mum-Ra, she's like, yeah. Like,
yeah.
If a kid asks if he can have Snake Eyes with the polar bear, that's an easy no for mom. Like, I'm not driving you to GameStop and getting you a $90 action figure.
That's true.
1986 saw Wave 2 introduce companion figures, including the child representation in the Thundercats team. Wily Cat and his sister named what? A, Wildcat, B, Super Kitten, C, Garfield, D, Wily Kit.
I'm going to go with... Oh, God, the names are so dumb. I got to put together which one's like dumber or least...
As soon as I started
dumb.
putting this quiz together, I was like, I'm going to pray on how just unbelievably stupid the names are of everything. and I love it.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna pick I know the one that I'm gonna pick, and then it's gonna be
Wildcat, Super Kitten, Garfield, or Wily Kit.
I mean, I'll just, based off of just like how they think about things, like the psychology of how they name things. I don't know. I'm gonna go B.
Super Kitten?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's D, right?
It's D. Wily
God,
Kit. Wily Cat and Wily Kit.
I knew.
Great characters, terrible names.
Yeah.
Terrible names. You didn't want to go with Garfield? That one didn't throw you?
No, thankfully.
Question 12. The vehicle most associated with the Thundercats, according to Action Figure 411, last sold for $1,600. What is it called? Is it A, Kitty Copter, B, Cougar Car, C, Roaring Roadster, or D, Thunder Tank?
Oh, crap.
Kitty Copter, Cougar Car, Roaring Roadster, Thunder Tank.
I'm gonna go with crap. Name them again real quick.
Kitty Copter, Cougar Car, Roaring Roadster, Thunder Tank.
Roaring Roadster.
Sorry, Thunder Tank.
Thunder Tank, dude. I
Thunder
know.
Tank.
See, I just need to go with my gut feeling.
Yeah.
That one threw me off because the names for the things are pretty stupid too.
Yeah,
Thunder Tank is sick,
Thunder
and that's
Tank's
why I
dope.
was like, that's got to be like He-Man.
And if we do a list of top vehicles, that's on the list. Like the Thunder Tank absolutely rules.
Okay. Dang it. All right. Darn.
Number 13. Sticking with vehicles, there are 8 total vehicles in the original Thundercats run. Name 3.
Say that again.
There are 8 total vehicles in the original Thundercats run. Name 3.
Well, I guess Thunder Tank.
Okay, 1.
1. Oh God. Because I'm thinking about layers and stuff like that too.
Yep.
That have good names. Crap. I just want to say this one, Tungosaurus, even though I know that's like...
That is in the vehicle section on Action Figure 411. I didn't include it because it's not a vehicle.
Okay. I just wanted to say
but
that.
I'll give you credit because it's in the vehicle section.
Okay, all right.
So.
Tungosaurus or whatever the name was, which is insane. They have...
You could pretty much just start mashing together words and you might come up with
I
something.
know. I'm like Cat Cycle. I don't know. I don't know what the third one is.
So there's the Mutant Nosediver,
Okay.
Mutant Sky Cutter, Thunder Tank, Hover Cat, Mutant Fist Pounder.
Oh, the Fist Pounder.
The
Dang
Mutant Fist
The
Pounder.
Mutant
the
Fist Pounder.
Thunder Claw,
Okay.
the Stilt Runner, and Thunder Wings.
Okay. All of those are good except for the Fist Pounder one.
Fist Pounder is questionable.
Yeah.
In Wave 3, one of the vehicles just mentioned could either be purchased packaged with Lion-O or individually with no figures. Which one is it?
Say that again.
In Wave 3, one of the vehicles that we just mentioned could either be purchased packaged with Lion-O or individually with no figure. Which one is it? So you got Mutant Nosediver, Mutant Sky Cutter, Thunder Tank, Hover Cat, Mutant Fist Pounder, Thunderclaw, Stilt Runner, and Thunder Wings.
Thunderclaw?
Thunder Wings.
Thunder Wings.
Thunder Wings. So, like, I don't know what order they came in, but the very last individual figure listed in the last wave is Lion-O and Thunder Wings. And then you could also just buy Thunder Wings, which is like a vest with wings.
Okay. Oh, crap. I did see that one where it's like he's wearing it.
Yeah.
Darn it.
This one, I'll be honest with you, you wouldn't have seen it on Action Figure 411. I had to dig this one up, but the Cat's Lair is the Thundercats Legendary Mighty Fortress playset. Original retail $57.99. Included mutant attack sled, ion cannon, laser sabers, ladder, trapdoor, cat paws, sticker sheet, and instructions. Which was larger overall? He-Man's Castle Grayskull or the Thundercats Lair?
I think the Thundercats lair.
Thundercats Lair is the larger of the two.
Because
So
I've seen photos of that before. I think I've seen it in person, like through Toy Federation.
the Grayskull is 18 inches high and 26 inches wide.
Okay.
The Cat's Lair is 24 inches high and 28 inches wide. It's significantly bigger.
Wow.
I need one.
Yep.
Like, I didn't really think how dope one of those old school would be, like, play sets would be just as a piece to just have. And now I'm like, even though I know it's crazy pricey, I'm like, that might be something to put on the back burner. A few more questions.
Okay.
The Mum-Ra Tomb Fortress is where Mum-Ra, leader of the mutants, transforms from mummy figure included into the Mum-Ra, the ever-living figure. The tomb has glowing eyes and statues with mechanical actions. Which wave included Mum-Ra's Tomb Fortress?
I'm thinking wave 3.
Sorry, wave 2.
Wave 2.
Wave 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so
man.
Wave 1 was the Cat's Lair, wave 2 was Mum-Ra.
Got it. Okay.
3 more questions.
Got it.
LJN ThunderCats ran from 1985 through 1987 and produced 3 full waves and 55 toys, including figures, vehicles, and playsets. How much would it have cost to collect everything at original retail price?
Ooh.
A, $1,700. B, $256. C, $537. D, $2,155.
For the sake of, I'm going C.
537?
Yeah.
That is correct. It
Insane.
only would have cost $537 to have every last piece of ThunderCats like that existed at the time.
Wow.
55 toys.
Insane.
Crazy. Number 18, according to Action Figure 411, what is the current market value for those same 55 toys? Is it over or under $21,500?
Over.
It is over.
It's like 25K.
It's $25,332. It went from $500 to $25,000. That's
astronomical.
Bananas. Last question.
Okay.
Name as many ThunderCats figures as you can.
Okay. Lion-O, Tigra, Snarf, Mum-Ra. Crap, man. I wish I could remember.
Crap, man.
Yeah. No.
Actually, no. I just checked. Crap Man is a Wave 3 release.
Yeah. Oh, God. There's some funny names in there. Oh, man. Why can't I remember them? Monkey-In. Oh, God. What is his name? Oh, my God. There was one that I was like, you gotta be kidding. It was like Captain, like...
Oh, I know who you're thinking of.
Oh, dude.
I can picture him.
Oh, man, I'm so blanking. There's like 2 or 3 names that I was like, remember these specifically because it was like Sergeant Slappy or something like that. I don't know. I have the names in my brain. I just can't remember.
I think you're thinking of Safari Joe.
Safari Joe.
Yeah.
Safari Joe. And then there was like Sergeant... crap, I don't remember.
You tap out?
And then there was like one dude named like... had it started with a G. He had like a big tooth coming out. I think I'm tapping out.
Yeah.
I think it's all I can
we
name.
We didn't even get into Bengali. Chitara.
Okay.
We didn't get into the bears.
So I was expecting the bears.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what in the world is this?
We didn't get into Vulture Man.
Vulture Man. Oh
yeah.
my God.
There's all sorts of them that we, in hindsight, not that deep of a run.
That's why it was like, I was like, okay, I got this, but it was. I guess I still failed.
I think you did really good, actually.
Okay. All right.
I'll go back and grade it, and we'll do some follow-up next week. But I think you did significantly better than I thought you were going to. You actually nailed some of the ones that I thought were going to be a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, see, I was like trying to go through, and like my process was memorize like the main ones, like memorize the main characters, and then come back, look at the secondary characters, look at the ones that are the most obscure. And
how do you feel about ThunderCats after having done this research?
Honestly, less on them than I'm about them.
Would you be willing to watch an episode or two?
I'd watch an episode, and I definitely would. I mean, there's a like there are the toys. Like looking at the toys, they're cool concepts. But then it was like seeing some of the names and stuff. I was like, man, like I had to be there. I think you had to be there.
I would say that is the case. You did have to be there. It used to be as simple as make an animal a person.
Yeah.
And that's interesting enough.
I think if I
but the show is really, really action heavy.
Yeah.
And very like the sights and sounds are like just fantastic. The animation still holds up in my opinion. And it's just really, really like sci-fi action heavy, and it isn't forcing on you that it's a monkey man. That isn't the main feature. He just happens to be a character. Like, the toys make it seem dumber than it is, and that's a conclusion that I came to when I was doing this. And I was like, you know what, this might be why I never got into the toys. The toys aren't as cool as the show is.
Right.
As where with Masters of the Universe, it's like, I would say that the toys are way cooler than the show. The show doesn't hold up at all.
Wow.
The show is unwatchable as an adult. The toys are rad. Like, it's a weird thing that we might have further conversations about a lot of other toy lines about, is like, you know, which is cooler, the toy or the show or the movie or whatever, right?
Yeah, see, it's weird because when I'm thinking about it, I'm almost certain, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to watch the show. But it feels like I would fall more into like a He-Man camp. Maybe if I had to choose between the two.
I don't think you could make it through 2 episodes of the original Masters of the Universe. I really don't.
Gotcha.
It is meant for 4-year-olds, and it's real tough to sit through.
Gotcha.
ThunderCats is in line with like G.I. Joe or something. Like, it's a level of, I guess it's a level of violence. It's a war that's taking place, sort of, like, and like there's lore to it. There's a little more complex storytelling and dialogue. Like, it's tough to describe. It just is a more palatable viewing experience as an adult that enjoys animation to sit through.
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe is not.
Interesting.
The new one, the Kevin Smith one, is the 2000 one is the original 80s one. Brutal. Brutal. But yeah, let us know how you guys did on the ThunderCats quiz at Mighty Champions. We definitely appreciate you guys listening. Send your figure flashbacks to us also at Mighty Champions or Mighty Champions AFR at Gmail, and let us know what toys you want to talk about. Just show your love for your favorite toys.
Yeah, maybe if it is ThunderCats, and like, because we just talked about toys with not a ton of experience of them. So if you have experience,
if you love ThunderCats and you want to like combat anything that we said, get at us and like send us that voice memo or that message and be the figure flashback and let us know about it. But yeah, we appreciate you guys listening. We'll catch you next week. Peace.
Half human, half animal.
I, Mumro, want the sword of Thundera.
With this secret power ring, battery not included, make Lionel's eyes light up.
I'm ready.
With Battle-Matic action, you can make them fight with their swords.
The sword is mine, Lion-O. That's what you think, Mumra. Take that.
ThunderCats, Mumra and Lion-O with light-up eyes.
ThunderCats.
Each sold separately, new from LJN.